All right. So we're going to start putting our personal life into our planner and take a couple minutes just to do that if you haven't already while I let people in from the waiting room. And then we'll start diving in. All right, so if you're just hopping on, good morning, everybody. I'm Christina Tammy. So I never know, I always forget to switch the name over. But we are putting into our planner our personal life. This is something that you may have to come back and put more into. I know some of you guys might have a little bit more of a busy schedule. So that is something prior to coming on to the Sunday Zooms. If you want to just already have like your calendar written down with your personal stuff, I know I use my phone for a lot of stuff and then transfer it into my calendar. So that is why I kind of work off of two devices so that this way it's just easier for me to put things into my phone and then I put everything in my planner. So next, what we're going to do is I want you to come up with your goals that you have for the week. So write them down somewhere on your planner, your piece of paper, whatever you're using to plan out your week. You guys, it doesn't even have to be a planner. You can use pieces of paper. You can use a notebook. How many people would you like to help get on these products as a customer? How many people would you like to help get on, start their business as a promoter? How many trial packs if you want to sell trial packs? How many lives would you like to do this week on your Facebook? If you've never done a live, I challenge you to do one. If you've never done a reel, how many reels do you want to do? If you've never done a reel, I challenge you to do one. Step outside of your comfort zone. I know they can be a little scary. If you're really scared, especially to do a live, maybe talk with your the person that enrolled you and see if they'll go live with you. This way you don't have to be as scared. You guys can hop on together. You can do like a little bit of like a Q&A or anything like that. Tell a little bit of your stories and then hop off, right? So if you're a little bit nervous, maybe see if you can do that with the person that enrolled you or something like that. You can always do lives that way. If you don't have a, your enroller or something like that, and you need someone, just shoot me a message in my inbox and we'll see if my schedule matches up and I can hop on a live with you. If you've never done one and you're fearful, I will hop on there with you so that you can get a little bit comfy with someone else. So again, I'm Christina Tammy. If you need to do that on social media, all my platforms are the same. So let's go ahead and do our goals. And I don't want you to look at like your past evidence, meaning I don't want you to like when you're going to write down how many customers or how many promoters, I don't want you to think, well, I didn't enroll anybody last week or I didn't enroll anybody this month. Like I'm going to only put one person because like I haven't enrolled. I want you to really dig deep. How many lives do you want to change this week? I don't care what last week looked like. I don't care what the last 3 months looked like. I want you to be bold and put that number down. And if you don't hit it, that's okay, right? That's okay. But know what you're working for, know how many lives you want to change. And honestly, I always say this too, you might put 6 people this week, and you may have put 6 people last week and the week before, and you maybe didn't get any of that. Like, let's say you only got one person a week. You're going to have a week where all of a sudden you're going to enroll 12 people. trust me, it happens. You're going to enroll 15 people. Sometimes it's that like ripple effect, right? You have to just keep going. This is where we say planting seeds. This is where we say discipline. Consistency is so important. So I always write down my goals for the week. Do I hit them every single week? No. But I know that I'm planting the seeds, that I'm doing all of the things, and I am working my business. So those names will get filled at some point throughout my calendar, because there'll be one week where I double what I bring in. Do you guys kind of understand what I'm saying with that? So I want you to put those goals out. Customers, promoters, lives, and reels. How many do you want to do this week? All right. Next, what I want to do is, you guys know this is a little bit newer that we have started doing, is we are going to do a social media audit on ourselves. Every Sunday when you join with me, this is our new thing and it is a staple. I am making this a staple, is doing a social media audit on yourself. So I want you to look at your Instagram. We're going to take 5 minutes. I want you to look at your Instagram. What I do is I will just log right onto my Instagram so I can see my squares. I'll be able to see the last 6, right? So that's the last 6 days I've posted, if I've posted only once a day. But I kind of look at it and I'm like, okay, did I hit my brand? Do I feel like I showed who I am? I've got my dog in there. I've got my husband. I've got home decor. I've got like kind of all of my things, right? I look at those pictures. I've also just changed up my preset. So I'm like, I'm okay with this preset. I'm somebody that you can change it. You don't have to. But I live in Michigan, and my preset before was kind of like a very gray scale. So I went golfing with my husband and it looked like snow was on the ground because of my preset. So I had people messaging me being like, "You're golfing and it's snow with snow on the ground." And I was like, okay, I need to change out my preset and get a little warmer here to go with my outdoors. And so that's why I'm changing it. So I'm changing it with the season. And then honestly, next winter, I'm just going to go right back to my other preset because I love it so much. So that's personally why I decided to change mine. You don't have to. I literally could have just kept living that life, but I decided to go a little bit warmer since our everything's going to be changing here. So I'm looking over everything, and then what I do is I click on my name or click on my first photo, and then I'm just going to start scrolling, and I'm just going to kind of like read what I wrote about. Like, did I hit, like, was I bringing value? Was I showing them what I had? Like, if somebody were to look at the last week of my life, do they know what products I have to offer? Do they know I have products to offer them? Do they know I have a business to offer them? Do they know that there's these bonuses, or they can earn bonuses, or that they can pay off debt, or all the different opportunities, right? So I do a lot in my stories too. So I know I'm hitting a lot in my stories, but I also just look, if somebody was new today that popped on and only could look at my last week, did I hit all of the things? Did I talk about the business? Was I also inspirational? Was I, like I said, giving them value and everything, but was I also letting them know what I had? So I like to, sorry, I have some reels back to back. So that's where the sounds are coming from. So that's what I like to look at. And then I like to see, what did I not talk about this week? Like, I talked about the products, I talked about, just a lot of things, but like, what did I not talk about? Did I not talk about running my business for free? I'm going to probably make that a point to talk about this week. And that's going to be some, like, either I'm doing a zinger on it or some type of post. So that's why the social media audit is so important. What did you talk about last week, and what can you dig into a little bit more this week? So let's take a few more minutes to do that. I'm personally someone that posts the same things to Instagram, from Instagram to Facebook. The only thing that might change is my lives if I don't bring them over in an IGTV. So when I'm doing a social media audit on my Instagram, it's pretty much going to be similar on my Facebook. If you're somebody that switches things up a lot, then you're going to have to do 2 type of audits just to kind of see where you're at. Yes, I love that, Amber. She's planning a new personal opportunity event to do a live. So this way she has a fresh video to link to her link tree. That's so good. I'm actually going to put that on my to-do list as well. I love that. That's good. Another thing too, you guys, we're ending the month. We're ending the month, right? So we have just a few more days. Where are you at in the terms of do you have your two customers? Are you thriving for free? Maybe you don't yet. So you're going to want to maybe gear some of your posts towards products in like the early stages of the week. Are you, if you're a 12K and above, do you have your 4 qualified and active for your auto bonus? Are you going for one of these bonuses? Do you have the PPA that you need to get that done, right? These are things that you need to look at. Do you have credits left over for the month? Let's say you already know you're going to be thriving for free next month. And let's say you don't need all of the products or you don't need a lot of things. Like, do you have credits left over this month that maybe you can give to a customer or a promoter? Can you run your own personal promo? Personally, I'm going to be running my own personal promo because I have a ton of credits left over and I did a check of what we need and we don't need that much. So I don't need to save any of my credits. So I'm going to do a promo on Monday. So I'm going to write that down. So do you see where a lot of this is like you kind of got to dig into your own business and you kind of got to look at your own stuff and see um where like what you can do, right? So maybe you can't run a personal promo, but you don't have any credits, but you do need customers. Utilize that free box of shakes that we have on that 150 pack. Y'all, that is so huge. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me see what's going on in the chat. I see it's blowing up. Okay, so Amber's idea was she's going to go live and do an opportunity style of like an opportunity event this week on her live so that she has a fresh video to link to her link tree if you have a link tree, or if you don't even have a link tree, you can copy and paste the link of that live that you did on Facebook into your notes and you can send your potentials there. So if you have like somebody that's like, yeah, I'm interested in the business and you talk to them and so on, you can send them to that live. The only way I know of going live on both platforms is on two different devices. So unfortunately, you can't do it on one device. But what I personally do, I go live on Facebook. I keep it 15 minutes or less. I save it. Make sure you save it before you post it, because once you post it, you'll have to do a screen recording, which I learned I think it was last week from someone. That was some gold right there. But you can save it before you post it. And then I just bring it to IGTV and I upload it to IGTV. I'm not sure why you're not seeing the comments in the chat. Sometimes maybe if you're on a phone or something like that, I'm not really sure what's going on there. No worries, no worries. All right. So we audited, right? We seen what we got here. You looked at your photos. Do you need new photos this week? What do you want to talk more about? Do you want to run a promo? So right now we're going to do the next 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to start planning our week and we are going to start planning what we want to talk about, our content. This way, if you are ever busy, like so busy where you feel like, I don't know how to fit this business into my days, this is why we're doing this. Because right now, tomorrow, I know I'm going to be running a promo. I know what my promo is going to be, and I know what I'm going to talk about. So tonight, I can get my picture, I can get my caption, I can get everything ready so that when tomorrow comes, I'm literally just posting, doing what I need to, working where I can, and the busy of my day doesn't take over. So that is the whole point of planning your content. That is the whole point of planning your week. Does that mean that tomorrow, like let's say I wake up and something else is on my heart and I decide to push back my promo that I had written down in my calendar? I'll do that. You guys, I'm not somebody that's like, oh my gosh, I wrote it down. I have to do it if something else comes to play. But by doing this, I'm already thinking about it. So, like tonight, I'm already thinking about talking about the products and the promo I'm going to run. Tuesday, I'm going to talk about 1 p.m. and what 1 p.m. means to us because I didn't do that last week. If people don't know what 1 p.m. means to you, if you're not screaming that out from the rooftops, you need to make that's a staple here, right? Every Tuesday, 1 p.m., whether it's in your stories or on your news feed, you need to talk about that. I didn't talk about that on my news feed this week. So I'm going to talk about 1 p.m. and what it means. Doesn't mean I'm posting at 1 p.m. It might be 3 p.m. It might be in the morning, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to talk about 1 p.m. So I'm going to put that down. So tomorrow, I'm already looking a day ahead after I post. And I'm already like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm already starting to get the juices flowing too. I'm going to read the. So that's no questions ever dumb, Megan. It's not a dumb question. No, IGTV, you're not live. So you're basically, you can post like a video from like a saved video or recorded video or anything like that. It has to be 15 minutes or less unless you have like a certain amount of followers, and it kind of lets you go up from there if you're pre-recording. Now, if you go live, and then make it an IGTV. If you are live in Instagram, you can talk for 40 minutes and then make it an IGTV, but not the other way around. You can't try to post to IGTV over 15 minutes. As far as mine won't let me. So just be careful with that. Every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it might change depending on your time zone, we get paid. So that's a huge thing, right? We get that weekly paycheck every single week. That's so huge. All right, so we're going to plan our content. And if you don't know like what you really want to talk about necessarily, just put promoter, just put customer. I like to kind of go promoter, customer, promoter, promoter, customer, customer. I kind of try to do like 50-50, right? Just because that's where my business is at right now. So that's what I like to do. All right, so I'm going to share this with you guys just in case anybody finds themselves like a little lost or anything. I'm going to share with you kind of how my calendar looks. Okay. So, for example, I already have my 2 customers and I'm thriving for free. So, mine is going to look a little bit different. So, again, you might have to adjust, but on Monday, I'm going to offer, I have that many credits. I'm going to offer half off the 150 pack for 2 people because I have that many credits. So I'm doing something big to end the month. That's a lot of credits to be giving away. But like I said, I have a lot of credits to do that. So you could do $15 off. You could do free shipping. You could do a free plus line product and give them a sculpt balance, 30, and limit it. So that's just what I'm going to do. And I'm going to post it with a before and after photo. Before and afters can be glow up before and afters. You can talk about how you are just a different person mentally. It doesn't have to always be weight loss, but I haven't posted last week when I looked at my 7, right? There was no before and after of me. So I'm going to post a before and after. So I'm going to do a before and after this week. On Tuesday, I'm going to talk about 1 p.m. because Tuesdays, 1 p.m., what those mean. So I'm going to talk about the business. I might talk about what it's doing for my family that week or this week. I might talk about, just depends, but I'm kind of letting myself know that's what I want to talk about. On Wednesday, I have appointments all day. So I'm going to talk about how I can work this from anywhere and how I'm going to my appointments and doing my life. And this business fits with me. I'm also going to talk about when I was scheduling my appointment and she asked me what time works best for me. I said the soonest available because I can go at any time. I don't have to work around anything but me. So I'm going to talk about that. Same with Thursday. I have a whole bunch of more appointments. So I'm going to talk about how I get to run a free business from my cell phone anywhere that I'm at. So I'm going to talk about the free business side of things, right? So I'm going to talk about that. On Friday, I'm going to talk about the products. And I'm going to talk about probably the energy and how before on Fridays, I used to have to nap before we could do anything else. Because Friday nights you either do something a little bit more. Maybe you're like going to a friend's house or you're going to go out to dinner and stuff like that. I used to need a nap so that I could go and enjoy my Friday night from the whole week. I don't need to do that anymore. So I'm going to talk about that. On Saturday, I'm going to talk something about the business. Haven't decided yet. So I just put business. And on Sunday, it's for me is Easter. So I'm going to talk something about my faith. That's a very big part of me. So it's going to be about my faith. It's not going to be business related, product related, anything like that. It's just going to be about that's what my Sunday is going to be. Maybe some part of my glow up in my faith, something like that. So do you see how I have the products, I have the business, but it's not always like craziness. It's going to be inspirational. I'm going to throw that in there too. Even like the products on Friday, like I said, it's just like, I love that I don't have to be like napping to be able to live my life on Friday night. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Who knows what it'll be. And then Saturday with the business side of things, it'll probably be something inspirational, but also where you'll know I run my own business. I am my own boss without saying I'm with Thrive. This is what we have, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes when we say like inspirational or being inspirational and stuff like that, people will feel your vibe, right? They will know, like without me even saying, I have my own business, I have this or I have that. Sometimes your inspirationals is just like, that girl is making waves and you want to know what waves she's making and where she's making it. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to go look at more of her posts. Do you ever do that? Do you ever find where like somebody makes a post and you're like, dang, and you want to know more? She built that curiosity. You want to know, what is she selling or what is she doing? That's the same thing, right? So sometimes those business posts, when I say business or product, you don't even maybe have to necessarily like drop like this 3-step fills your nutritional gaps, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. You literally can say, hey, I hung up the nap crown. I'm going to hang out with my family and I don't have to worry about it, right? Type thing. Obviously a little bit worded more with some finesse, but it's going to get people wondering like, well, what does she have? What is she talking about? And then they're going to look at your other posts where you dug in a little bit deeper. So make sure you're digging in deeper on some of the posts, letting them know it's a nutritional system. It's simple. It's 3 steps, letting them know what we have with the business, that 800 VIP bonus. Do you know how many people $800 or $400 will change their life because they're struggling at this exact moment to do something? So you guys don't be afraid to share all the things that we have, even if necessarily you don't need that income or you didn't hit it or anything like that. Someone else is out there struggling. And what I've learned with myself and what I want to challenge you to do is remember, go back. right? I've been in this industry for 6 years. I've been with Thrive for 2.5. Sometimes I forget where I was when I first started. And I have to go back to that girl. Like I have to go back to that girl. Like I wrote a post about the credit card statements the other day. And when I used to look at my credit card statements and see the little graph that would tell me if I paid the minimum payment, I'd basically have it paid off in 30 years. And I was like, okay, so I'll be 50 when I have my credit cards paid off. That was that girl 6.5 years ago. I haven't had to do that because now I don't pay just the minimum payments, but I had to go back to that person and remember, wow, that's where I started, and someone else is going to start there too. So sometimes go back, right? Go back to the person you were before these products. Go back to the person you were before you had the energy to keep up with your kids or to do all of the things. Sometimes you have to go back to go forward. And what I mean by that is remembering who you are and posting from that place. Because that was it for me, that when I went back and I did that, it also reminded me, girl, look how far you've come. And then I was like, think about 6 years from now where you're going to be. It's going to be insane. And that's what a girlfriend and I were just talking about, that sometimes we forget how far we've come if you don't look back to remember where you started. Okay. Sorry, got off on a tangent. All right, let me just read this and then we're going to go into, we'll go into what Zooms we have. Things are a little bit different. You guys, I don't have all Zooms right now. They're still getting figured out. Plus it's the weekend. So, they're normally figured out probably by like Monday. We'll know by tomorrow or the next day. So, I didn't want to bother anybody on the, on the weekend because I know she was still trying to get some spots filled.
Can I ask a quick question?
Always.
So for Friday, that's the 2nd, and that's when they give us the credits when we Thrive for free, right? So that'll be my first time thriving for free because I got my 2 customers. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
And it's I started the end of February. So I feel really excited because it's like my first month and I'm getting those goals. But I don't really even, I know it's amazing and I'm so excited because my goal was to do that. And I honestly can't even afford the product. So it's a total blessing. But how could I say that? Or how could I post about it? I just don't know exactly what I could say because I can't, I'm going to tell them I'm thriving for free, but I don't think I'll have extra credits to give anything away yet for free.
And that's
so I'm
fine.
doing sample packs and I'm charging. So
No, and that's fine. And that's fine. That's one thing, you guys, always make sure you're thriving for free. And you know, if you need to, always make sure that you are thriving for free, and then anything above and beyond you can give, right? And if you can't give, there are months that I can't give. So guess what I use? I use that $40 to $44 that in our 150 pack, you know. I use that all of the time. You guys, I am always saying I have a free box of shakes to give you. I have a free box of lifestyle mix to give you. I have a free product to give you. I will tell you this, even when I have product credits still available, I still use that. And I will use that. And that's how I sign a majority of my customers. A lot of times I don't sign a ton of customers using my credits. I utilize what the company gives me because I also need my credits, you know, for my husband and I to thrive for free and everything like that, especially when you can't afford it. So what I would say is exactly what you just told me, what you just told all of us. I would say I was so excited. I've been in the business for a month and I was able to help people start these products. And I'm so excited that by doing that, the company gives back to allow me to thrive for free. Like, how awesome is that, that I can help people and also thrive for free? Like, you can talk about that and talk about how they could do that too, how they can thrive for free. Y'all, if your customers aren't getting customer referrals for them to thrive for free, y'all, you need to work within your customer base. That is so huge. I am always telling my customers, hey, do you have 2 friends that want to thrive with you? Because we can get you free product credit and you can thrive for free with me. You don't just have to be a promoter to do that. work within their networks, right? That's how she went 4K, helping customers get their credits. And I think sometimes we forget about that because we think it's just got to be promoter side. But what you could even do, Cassandra, is you could just talk about how like talk about if you want to get that vulnerable about how these products are so amazing, but it was something that you just couldn't afford. So when you knew that you could earn them for free, that was like life changing for you. That was so huge. And talk about that. You'll get a little bit more confident in your story as you go. There's no right or wrong way to talk about anything. You guys, you always learn, right? I always say that there's no right or wrong way. You're going to become more confident and realize like, "Oop, I wanted to word things like this or like that." But I would talk about the win, like what a big win that was for you, because I remember, was it last week or the week before, you were still fighting for your 2 customers and we had kind of talked. Yes. So I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. That's a huge win, to thrive for free.
And one of the customers, when she messaged me and reached out, I don't even know who she is. Like I still, that was really cool to me because I'm like, I didn't realize she was watching me. I don't even know who she is. And she lives in my town. So that was really
Wow.
awesome. And just from adding, I guess. And yeah, I don't really know.
That's awesome. You guys, that just goes to show a couple things right there, that what she just said. She didn't even know she was watching, right? So why you need to keep posting, because you never know who's watching. That's so huge. And how like it just came out of nowhere, right? It can come out, anything can come out of nowhere at any time. So always keep posting, always keep showing up. So I would just share like exactly what you did, just from your heart, that you could even share the win part of it. You could share how you feel so good posting your before and after. I know that you said you had a really good before and after that you realized in just the 1 month, and posting it and saying like, I can't believe that I get to feel like this and have this transformation, and the company is I'm going to be able to do that for free. Like I get to thrive for free. Like what an amazing company and CEOs, y'all. Like if you don't ever take time to be grateful for Paul and Jason and Drew, which is the president, and Lavelle itself. But the fact that we can thrive for free, you guys, that's not normal everywhere. That you can earn up to $400 in free product credit, depending on the average of your people, and it caps out at 400. But that is just insane to me. That is insane to me. Okay, sorry. I'm reading the chat and then I will hurry through the other things. I don't mean to keep you guys so long. Okay. So I'm not sure why you're getting, Brandy, I'm not sure why you're getting deactivated on Facebook. Unless you are like, are you mass adding? Are you like doing anything that would like spike anything? Because I don't know why that would happen.
Sorry, it's just easier to talk.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. So when it first happened, I completely like slowed down everything I was doing just to make sure and see if there was anything that I could do different. And then I just started, originally I was liking and commenting on like my normal friends and family members and all that. And then I added in a few random people, but then it happened. So I cut out the family and friends, and I was only doing like some IPAs and then adding like 3 or 4 people a day. And it still happened again. So that's where that.
Okay. So personally, what I would do is I would hold off on the adding and work within your network. I wonder if that's triggering it.
Yeah.
um because it may be thinking that by you adding, like kind of trying to like build your network every single day, even just that amount, you may have just triggered something. So I would maybe try stopping the adding for a few, like, like maybe a week, just to see if you can get your account back to being active where you can then do your full IPAs. And then I would maybe just like one day a week add a couple people and see if that will not trigger you. And I would just take things slow when you go back to adding in. I'm seeing here that they've been cracking down on adding people that you do not know. So make sure you have maybe a lot of mutual friends with the people when you're adding them. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I haven't had any like the ads that I have been doing are people that like I went to high school with or like just random people that are on the people I may know.
Right. I would
Or
just,
oh sorry. Or
no,
like the
go
people
ahead.
that were in my requests already, like I've clicked confirm.
And it's already, and it's blocking you there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's I'm so confused and I just want to hit my bonus. So I'm just trying to figure out the problem and it keeps deactivating my account and it like draws me back like a couple hours each day. Like I didn't today it took me an hour to get it back.
That's really, I've never heard of that. So I wish I had more to be able to help you on. But what I will say is this much, I would start working within the friends that you do have, because it sounds like that's your trigger from what I'm kind of like hearing is every time you start adding, then you're kind of getting deactivated. Is that like, am I understanding that right?
I'm not really sure. It says that the comments, reactions, and posts. So I didn't know if that was like working in with it. So that's why I cut back on adding people. But when I pulled it up on my phone, it said that I was commenting, reacting, and posting, and that's what I had to review. And there was no like changes to my account or anything like that. So I was just confused.
Hmm. Yeah, that's really odd. Have you been hanging out in stories and in Messenger? Do you have
Not a little bit, but not really. I do my stories and like I'll interact a little bit and then I go about my day with the kids and then randomly post whatever I'm doing with them.
Okay. I'm wondering, maybe try doing like, you know, how you were saying like your interactions, reactions, and all of that. Maybe try taking it to stories and try
Okay.
doing a little bit more interactions and reacting because you're going to hop into Messenger. And I wonder if that is a way around what you're going through right now, especially like you said, since you're working through your bonus. Still, I would still try to react and do what you're doing on your page. But if it's blocking you every single time, maybe try stories
Okay.
and hanging out in people's stories. That's going to get you in their inbox, so it's going to get a little bit more personal too, which is, you know, what we want. We want to build that personal relationship and see
Yeah.
if that helps. I'm really curious to see how this, like, please let me know how it pans out, because
I
I've
will.
never, like I
Thank
said,
you.
I've never heard of that. But I also, you guys, I hear people all the time getting blocked, or not being able to do certain things, and I don't know what triggers the social media to do that. I wish I did. All right.
Christina, did you already mention Easter? Are you having plannings in around Easter?
I haven't gotten that far yet. So give me just
Okay,
one
all right,
second.
I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
you-
gonna go. No, don't be sorry. I'm gonna go through the Zoom things and then talk about that too. Let me get through the chat and then so I answer any questions and then we'll kind of wrap up and end with that. So if a customer refers two friends to you, they'll thrive for free. So they have a referral link. Any of your customers have a referral link. And they can have like their customers or friends still communicate with you. That's what I always do. I either have them put me in a 3-way chat or I tell them to message me and then I just sign them up through their referral link. It still counts as you're personally enrolled. It still counts towards your PPA. So it still counts everything towards you. It just it will go to them as a referral. So as long as you have 2 customers on auto ship, you thrive for free for the month. Same with your customers. Yep. So like, let's say your customer, like you have one customer and then they have their like, and then you have your other customer and then they have a referral, right? And then they have a referral, they're going to thrive for free. You're going to thrive for free because you have your 2 customers and so on. So trying to add people with 1 to 5 mutual friends has helped. Breaking up when you're adding and when you're doing things, it probably will help as well. Okay. Some great tips, Brandy, in the in the chat if you didn't catch those. Oh, that's a good one. Look up Facebook rules and see if you're triggering something. That's a good one. Awesome. Okay, Brandy, I just saw that you saw that. Okay, cool. I was getting through everything. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to put in the Zooms that we do know for this week. You guys keep in mind all of the Zooms are always in the announcements of the hustling page, limitless page, wherever you are. Everybody here should be in the hustling page anyways. I am under limitless, which is Lynn's downline. So I'm on hers. So that's the Zooms I'm going to give you guys. So on Monday, because we're still in the month of March. So on Monday, we have an 11 a.m. work with me. And this is going to be Eastern Standard Time. And this is also going to be, all of the work with me's are going to be on the Zoom ID 666-188-9698. So all of them are going to be on that. And then I will let you know if the Zoom links change. So then on Monday, we also at 9 p.m., Lindsay has her Zoom team trainings that anybody is welcome to. It's open. And that's going to be on this Zoom link that you guys are on right now. On Tuesday, we have an 8 p.m. work with me. Christina Brill has her team trainings at 9 p.m. Anybody is welcome to as well. And that's 576-789-8888. Wednesday, we have a 10 a.m. work with me. And then we have the 9 p.m. hustling Zoom. And that's going to be this week. It looked like it was with Brielle. And I just saw it in one of the chats. So I can let you guys know. It's going to be Brielle and Jen. And it's called The Last Quarter. So 9 p.m. On Thursday, for the rest of the week, I don't know the work with me schedule. So you guys make sure to just kind of keep that, keep that in mind and look into that. It's very easy to find under the announcements. There'll be a graphic with once they set it for the month of April, it's going to be the whole month of April. So we'll have that then. But there is the 9 p.m. opportunity event. If you've never hopped on one of those, I suggest hopping on one of those. You can listen. It'll be posted in the group page and the hustling page, so you can find it or ask your enroller. You can always ask me too if you can't find it, and I can link you to that once it's announced. They put that out, and that's where one of the leaders is going to talk about the products in the business. So if you don't feel 100% confident yet talking about the products, talking about the business, anything like that, those are great to watch. They're great to send your potentials to. It's a great third-party validation, right? So they can hear from somebody else. But it's also great for you to watch as well so that you can learn some wording, become more confident, hear how people word things, and find your own rhythm with things. I'm not sure about Fridays work with me. It's normally been at 10:30. That's where it's been the last couple months. So I'm not sure if it's staying. Saturday, normally, like I said, is 11 a.m. That one hasn't changed, but I'm not sure if it will. And as far as Sunday goes right now, you guys, I am going to put in there that we are going to do an 11:30 planning. It is Easter Sunday, and my family has not gotten back to me with what we are exactly doing to celebrate Easter. So that kind of triumphs a little bit in this week with it being Easter and a holiday, especially with my faith. So I'm going to put 11:30 a.m. planning. I'll let you guys know if there isn't one, if I have to change it, or there's always these recordings, right? But I'm pretty certain, as far as I know, we're doing our family get together later. So I'll still be on at 11:30 planning with you guys. Okay. But in case something changes, I will let you guys know in the chats, and I'll put it in the team pages so you can see. But for right now, we are going to stay with, yes, Easter is really big. So like I said, 11:30 a.m. I'm still going to plan for the planning, but they haven't, my family is like brunch or dinner. We haven't decided yet. So I don't know what way they're going to go. So once I know that, you guys, I will keep you posted if I'll be live or if just to have you guys watch a replay and so on. Yes, the recordings are all there. They'll be on my my Zoom or my YouTube, which is Christina Tammy. So you can find them if you can't or anything. Always make sure you can always message me. So I'm sorry that I don't have all of the times, but I know that they're working things out, and a lot of times we don't get them until like the 29th, 30th. We still have a few days left, and I know they're trying to get spots filled. So we just have a few dates that you guys, super easy to find in the team pages so that you get the rest of the work with me's. But if you guys have any questions, I'll leave the chat open for another minute. And the rest of the day, I want you guys to write down in your calendar what you might need. Do you need to take new photos? Do you need to get some new content? Do you need to, what do you need to do for your business? Do you need to check in with customers? Every morning, what I like to do is I brain dump into my day. So every morning I sit down and I am like, okay, this is what I need to do. Even like laundry. I mean, I am specific. Like I need to clean the bathroom. I need to do this. Like I need to do this with my business. I brain dump into my calendar and then I just go through my day and check things off, right? My IPAs are set at the same time every single day. I do my IPAs by 10 a.m. Doesn't matter. That is my time. I suggest you finding a time that you do your IPAs. And then if you hop on to work with me, great, you're getting a double dose, or you can do a focused IPA, but really getting into your own rhythm and schedule. Some of you guys need to do your IPAs first thing in the morning at like 7 a.m. before your kids wake up. And that's okay. So guess what? Set that time. So, you know what I mean? You got to work with your own schedule. This is where what is huge is figuring out you and what works best for you and committing to that routine. That's why, like for me, 10 a.m., I'm alert, I'm awake, I've done my personal development, I don't have kids, this is what I do full time. So that works with my schedule. But guess what? There are some days where like I know when we have kids and things change, 10 a.m. probably isn't going to be my time anymore. You know what I'm saying? So look into your life, your schedule. Where does it fit the best, right? Our IPAs are what make our business move, meaning that's what takes us to our goals. All these reasons why you're here and everything like that, your IPAs and showing up are going to take you to those goals. So make them a priority. You can honestly get a round of IPAs knocked out. If you time block 3 to 5 minutes, you can get a full solid round done in like 30 plus minutes, right? You can get them done very quick. I put on music, I just roll through them. And then the rest of the day, I do a focused IPA. If you're somebody that wants to get even more specific in your calendar, write down your focused IPA for the day. Maybe you need to grow your network. Maybe you need to do like, you're going to grow your network Monday, and then Tuesday, you're going to do 3-2-1s. Maybe on Wednesday, you're going to clean up. So you're going to do unfollowing as your focused IPA. Maybe you're going to go and just hang out in stories one day. Like I did that yesterday. I hung out in Facebook stories for almost the whole day. And I saw so many people that I don't see because I was so focused on just Facebook stories. And then today I'm going to go and hang out in Instagram a lot more. But I do my full round of IPAs. So I'm touching base on all of the things. But yesterday the stories were flowing and I had my music going and I was just in a really good place and I was flowing through the IPAs. I mean, I probably sat there for like 15 minutes, but I saw so many new people just in 15 minutes, you guys, of doing a focused IPA and just like interacting. And I have so many new conversations starting of people that I normally don't see because I was just flowing through in the way the algorithm was, right? So focused IPAs are super huge. But yeah, use your calendar. I'm going to end it here. You guys, I'm so sorry. This one was a little longer. I like to make a folder. You guys know this. If you're new, this is new to you, but if you're not, you already know. I make a folder every single week and I have it where I drop everything into it. So I have a folder in my photos. Personally, this is what I like to do. So today I'm going to take a few photos because I'm going to be with my bestie. So I'll probably have her snap a few photos of me. I will put my preset on it and then I will drop it into that folder. I'm going to create some new content tonight. I like to do that on Sunday nights. I'm going to create some new stories and I'm going to drop that into that folder. So I know this week I can go right to that folder. I don't have to scroll. I don't have to go to Lightroom and try to everything is already done and ready for me that I literally just go to that folder, grab that. You can also go into Instagram, save it as drafts. I don't do that, but that's a really great option because you can save everything in there. So some people like to use Instagram. I use my photo apps. That's just what I like to do. I like to see what my network has seen the last week. So I know what I kind of used and what I haven't used in a while. And like I said, last week, I had a busy week. So guess what I did? Y'all, I went to stories that I posted back in December because I still have my folder, and I posted stories from December because I was able to just go back, and I know that they haven't seen them. I haven't used those in a while, and I just reused them. So don't be afraid to reuse your stuff that you have. Change it up, use a new
Can I
picture.
give a plug? I just
Yeah.
wanted to show, I was looking, this is my calendar from like the first week or the first month of the year. And this was my calendar last week.
Yes.
It's just crazy how the planning just makes you be so much more intentional. And I thank you for the time that you put into us every week because it's super helpful.
Oh, I'm an emotional person, you guys, but thank you. That's awesome. And I love doing this, you guys. I will be here every Sunday, so you don't have to worry about that, or there'll be a recording. But I love seeing that. That just made my heart so happy. You guys, if you don't know, planners, notebooks, that kind of stuff, Lindsay will tell you, they make my heart happy. And just seeing that is so awesome because you guys.
It's not that we don't know how to do these things. It's just that sometimes seeing it put all together in one place and you sharing how you put it together, it just makes it so much. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You know,
Yes.
I can do it that way, or somebody else's idea. So I
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And you guys, if you ever have any idea or something that's working for you, like today, I already I'm going to make an opportunity event. I'd love to hear from you guys too, whether it's in the chat, unmute yourself. You guys, this is an open space. So I know sometimes unmuting yourself, some people feel a little nervous on Zooms, but feel free to share any tip or things that's working. I love that. And when you come together, like to me, this holds me accountable to get my planner together. And like I said, we're always here to hold each other accountable, how our last week went, all that kind of stuff. So I always want you to know, shout out your wins, in the chat, everything like that. But I love seeing the difference because it is crazy. And you guys, something that Paul said, and I'll leave it with this. He said this on one of our Zooms that we had with him. This was probably back in, maybe it was the summer. He came on one of our Zooms and Paul said, show me your calendar and I'll show you basically your success. Show me your calendar and I'll show you, and it'll show me your success, like where you're going to go, your financial thing, all that kind of stuff. So much is in our planner, you guys. And so I love seeing just that transformation that you had, honestly, in your planner. And I'm sure your business has seen that transformation too, with the more intent that you have put into it. So that's awesome. Thank you. That just made my day. Thank you for showing me that. Okay, I'm just going to read through the chat real quick, but if you guys want, you're more than welcome to hop off. Thank you for planning with me this Sunday. I will see you guys next week. Unless something changes, I'll let you know. But, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm going to have to tell my husband I'm calming. He would disagree. Awesome. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. Remember, you guys, how you end a week or how you end a month is how you start a month. I say this all the time. I don't care what the last 2 weeks, weekday showed. Today, you can choose today to start running. You can choose today to start going after what you want. And let's end the month strong and begin this next month just the same. So hope you guys all have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye.